Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the BWF Air Badminton Asia Pacific Continental Championships 2025. Live here from Port Dickson, Malaysia, about 90 minutes away from the capital of Malaysia, Kuala Lumpur. With you in commentary, Lloyd Green once again, and very soon we'll have Ian Wright joining me. This afternoon we have more group stage matches from the men's and women's triples here on Court 1 action. You can of course follow all the scores and results on BWF websites and app, and the action on Court 2. Our first match on Court 1, we have Japan and Australian men in action. And we saw Australia in action on Court 1 this morning, so that's good. Another great chance to see the team from down under having a go on the sand. Up against Japan men, and and Ian's joining us. Ian, this will be our first time seeing Japan on Court 1 on our live stream coverage.
Yeah, actually, I've just come from chatting with the Japanese team. They're saying how much they've enjoyed it, how much they've learnt as they've gone along about the game, and they were asking me, just checking there will be an event next year. They're very motivated.
That's very good, and there will be an event next year, right?
They will, they certainly will. That's the main question we're getting from all of the teams.
Yes, so plan is to get through this first year of the World Cup with the 4 qualifiers in the World Cup in UAE, and then repeat the dose for next year.
Yep, and slowly build it as we go.
Do you think there'll be scope for, obviously you'll have the Continental Championships and they act as qualifiers, but will there be one day hopefully a tour?
Yeah, I think that's the end goal really, to make it, to build it out. I mean, we've got over 90 countries that are running national level events this year, so we're already seeing a high uptake from our member associations, and the idea is to just keep building it. We're also have a strategy to get into as many of the regional beach games as we possibly can. So we're trying to get into, we're in the Mediterranean beach games. Looks as though we'll be in the University World Beach Games. We're working hard to get into the Asian Beach Games. So there'll be more and more opportunities to compete for these teams.
Very good. And those beach games, those 3 you mentioned, are they starting next year or from 27?
It's a mix. Okay. They're all in a cycle. Most of them are every 4 years. Some of them are every 2 years. Okay. There are a couple of events, multi-sport events next year, so the calendar will look a little bit different next year. But it's only positive that there's more opportunities for the teams.
Very good. And here's our schedule for this afternoon on Court 1. We have Japan versus Australia for men's triples Group A. Then we've got men's triples Group C, China versus Brunei. Again, the first time we'll be watching those teams in action on the TV court. And then wrapping things up with Hong Kong, China versus Australia in the women's triples Group B. What are your thoughts on those matches? Yeah,
I mean, it's great to see some different teams competing. Brunei are not really present on the World Tour, but again, I've just been chatting with the Brunei team, and they also want to sign up and book for next year already. They're very enthusiastic, and just talking to their manager, they've actually started building a 4-court sand-based venue, so that people can play air badminton and get used to it. He's telling me that he's getting lots and lots of messages from back home saying, where can we play, when can we play? So again, very, very positive for us.
And badminton is quite big in Brunei?
Yeah, in participation terms, it's very big. Obviously, it's quite a small population, so at World Tour level, they've never really played, although they have had qualifiers for Olympics in men's singles. But as a general rule, they're not present on the world circuit, but they see air badminton as a real opportunity to engage with a wider audience in their own country.
Very good. And we've got Japan and Australia warming up. We see on camera now for Australia in the greyish shirt is David Zoe, who was in commentary with us earlier. He's now back on court, busy man. What do you think of, what are you looking to see out of this contest, Australia and Japan?
Look, I mean, it's quite a difficult one because a lot of the players that are playing in this game are quite new to it. But you could see yesterday that both these teams improved as the day went on. The more court time they got, the more they were becoming organised strategically. So it'll be interesting to see how this one goes.
And talking with David, it seems that they have qualified for the World Cup in Sharjah as the Oceania representative, and they have support from Badminton Australia and the National Federation. So that's great that all the teams are getting the support from the National Federation.
Yeah, and again, Badminton Australia ran their first event. They were a little bit unsure about it, so they decided to run the event earlier in the year.
National Championship.
Yeah, and actually they were surprised by the uptake. And again, once you get people on the court playing, they enjoy it. It's fun. It's a different experience. It's still badminton, but it's a different experience. So once we can get people actually playing it, normally they're going to stick with it. Certainly sunglasses required this afternoon. I've just been out on the field of play actually, and it's showing 41 degrees at the umpire's chair.
That's a warm one. Yes, sun protection is the order of the day.
What's the Australian saying? Slip, slap, slop, is it?
Slip, slap, slop.
Slip, slap, slop.
Almost there.
I was close. Not a bad try. It was. I saw the Australian team preparing. It was more about the sun cream than the warm up. Not a lot of warm up required for these conditions.
Now you want to save your energy. I'm disappointed they haven't brought out the old the zinc like the old school cricket days.
Yeah. Yeah.
The white and pink zinc.
Yeah, there's certainly room for that.
Yep. Well, of course, in beach volleyball, that's part of the aesthetic of beach volleyball is the look and feel of the athletes on the court, how they wear the hats, the shorts, sun cream, the sunglasses. That's part of the aesthetic of beach volleyball that we all know now and that's been developed over many years. So hopefully we can develop our own identity as well on the court.
Yeah. No, and I think we need to do it. We'll pick up some things from the other sports, but we want to create our own image for this sport.
Yes.
I think that's really important, and I'm sure it will evolve quite quickly. Japan off to a good start here, but there's been some good rallies.
Off to a good start, but the Aussies have won the last 2 points, slowly finding their feet. All right, 3 in a row for the Aussies. Very good.
Yeah, there is a little bit of wind at the moment. And you'll see the strategy. I mean, they're using a slightly higher serve up the centre of the court, just to let the wind take it and make it more difficult for the opponents to time their strokes.
A game point here, and just a reminder for the fans tuning in for the first time in triples. Best of 5 games, each game to 9 points, deuce at 8.
That's right.
So Japan take the first game 9-4.
Being Australian yourself, do you think that Australia could have come up with a better name than Australian Blokes for their team?
I tried not to make a joke out of that this morning, Wicks. The girls' name's gone. the Australian chicks, so they've gone very inventive. The Australian blokes and the Australian chicks.
Yeah, maybe they can. Yeah, maybe a little bit more imagination required there for the next event.
Do we deduct half a point for them for lack of originality in the team name? Just to explain that the team names are just to differentiate, because some of the teams have entered 2 teams, correct, in the triples?
Yeah. I like some of the cultural ones. I think the UAE, United Arab Emirates Falcons.
The Falcons, yeah.
That's really good. I like the Brunei Hornbills. I think is good. Yeah, so there's some cultural elements in there.
There's plenty
as well.
of animals that the Australians could have.
They could have done, yeah.
They could have gone the wombats,
Kangaroos.
the kangaroos, the wallabies. Yeah. And we could keep on going. The dingoes. What have you noticed here from the Japanese boys? First time watching them?
Look, I did actually watch one of their games yesterday, and they struggled a little bit with the tactics. They've not played this very much, certainly not at this sort of level. But what we're seeing today is they're a lot more organised with their positioning after service and after the returns. They're getting the rotation right.
Just noticing on court 2, we have Hong Kong, China versus UAE, and that was obviously a repeat of the team relay quarterfinals last night. And that was a close game, Hong Kong, China taking the first game, court 2. Good rally here now. Well done by Japan.
5-1.
Again, you can see, you saw there, the body language is really good from the Japanese today. Yesterday they looked a little confused by some of it, but today you can see they're really getting into the atmosphere of it, enjoying it.
And in terms of triples and working out the tactics and the communication, is this something you just need to work out on the sand, or is it something that you can take to the meeting room and you can discuss it and you can play around it in diagrams, for example, or is it best done on sand?
Oh no, there's coaching here. If you've got a coach who's experienced with their badminton, they can give you an awful lot. As I said, I was talking to the Japanese coach earlier, and she was saying that it's been a learning process for her as well. She's picking it up as she goes, but she's really enjoyed the challenge.
And do we know where the Japanese team are from the junior squad, or are they from a certain club? Or?
Actually, it's the national universities.
Okay, it's the national universities. So, like China, these players played at the World Universiade a month ago.
Yeah, they're all playing a good level in badminton, the Japanese team. 2 down.
Yes, Japan take that 9-2, so with a 2-0 lead, and we mentioned it's best of 5 games, but if you win 3-0, and the tie is over, match is over.
Yep. As I say, Japan looking better and better. Yesterday I would have said this would be a very close game, and today, you know, they've learned, they've gone away, they've probably had a chat about it last night, and they look a lot more organised already. And seeing that evolution over the 3 days is really, really interesting. Some of the pairs, and we saw this with some of the events 2 years ago when we ran the last round of Continental events, that from day 1 to day 3, there were different winners, because some people adjusted to it better than others.
And a very strong possibility that you can see different teams win the trebles, the triples, then who will take out their team relay later on tonight.
Absolutely. I think the 2 triples events actually are wide open. I mean, for me, there's no really outstanding favourites for either the men's or the ladies.
My hot tip for for the women's triples is actually Korea. So Korea got knocked out in the team relay, but their women's triples very strong.
Yeah, and again, the first match yesterday, they weren't great, but they sorted it out, and they found a system of rotation that really works for them.
And they were the ones that came back from 45-33 to 60-58.
Yep.
So, and they were very dominant against the Australian women earlier as well. Just, Ian, explain, we touched on it this morning, but in triples, a team can bring a squad on. They can rotate and make substitutions, which is also unusual for badminton. Just explain how that works?
Yeah, actually, so you can have a team of 4, and you can substitute at any point.
Is there a maximum number of substitutions you can make?
No, no, you can substitute at any time. Obviously, in these conditions, I think we'll see that a little bit this evening with the triples events, where
with the heat.
Yeah, we're playing in 41 degrees. You know, it makes sense to rotate a little bit, particularly for the teams who are going to play the mixed relay semi-finals and finals tonight. Makes sense for them in the triples here to rotate a little bit.
Well, we've just seen Team China men's triples warming up, and they've got 4 guys ready to rock and roll, so they'll be using that tactic.
Yeah.
Whereas Japan and Australia just going with the 3 each.
Yep. But again, it's a learning process. They'll probably pick that up as well. That when momentum's against you, it's a really good idea to make a substitution just to stop the run of play. So you can use it tactically as well. And again, the coaches are learning this.
Match point, please.
We've got match point. And that's it. Japan very dominant. 9-3 in the third game. 3 love. Comfortable victory there. And that ends the Australian men's campaign.
It does.
But a strong learning curve for them. And obviously the Japanese men, they will now...
with that, they've assured themselves a quarter-final spot, which is good for them. But a much improved team from what we saw yesterday, I have to say, Japanese. They'll be much harder to beat today, I think. And for Australia, I think they now understand what they need to do to prepare for Sharjah. It's been a steep learning curve for them, but they've enjoyed the process. I'm sure they'll come back stronger for the World Cup.
And then the other team in this group is Korea, so Japan now they'll have their final match against Korea tomorrow.
Yes.
Tomorrow morning. So just recapping the score, Japan 3-0 over Australia, 9-4, 9-2, 9-3. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for our next match, which is another men's triples, and it's China versus Brunei Hornbills. And that'll start at 4:40 p.m. local time in about 20 minutes.
apa lagi kan? Tak ada kursi dia. Mana? Nak kursi agak ada dua ni langsung. Ada.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have our second match for the afternoon. We have another men's triples match where we've got China versus Brunei. It's the first time we'll see these teams in action on our TV court.
Assistant umpire, Mr. Muhammad Muzi bin Mustafa, and our fantastic line judges. Ladies and gentlemen, here comes our team on court one. Welcome, China Men.
The Chinamen will be in action a little bit later also in the team relay semi-finals. So we'll get a gauge and a read on them now for that match later.
And now, their opponent, Brunei Hornbill.
So yes, Ian, our first look at Brunei and China. The China team, they I believe from a university in Guangzhou, is that correct?
Yep, that's right. Yeah, came through the university championships in China. Strong team.
And have you had a chance to speak to the Brunei coach as well?
Yes, yes. He's actually an old friend. I took him for his his first coach education course, so we've known each other a long time. Brunei players have absolutely loved the event. Really enjoyed it. Went over there, did a few selfies with them just before this session started. wanted to put the dates for next year's event in their diary straight away. Very keen to come back.
Very good. So this is a Group C match.
Please welcome Malaysia Harimau. And let's welcome their opponent, United Arab Emirates Falcons Women's Team.
So the other team in Group C is Indonesia. And they will make their entry into the men's triples event tomorrow only. But of course, China and Indonesia both involved in the semi-finals tonight of the team relay. Apologies. Indonesia did play Brunei early this morning, and Indonesia won 3-0.
Good motivation here for China, because if they win, they're actually would already be guaranteed a quarter-final place, and it will be the end of the road for the Brunei guys. The Hornbills.
I like the khaki green kit.
Yeah. Nice. So we're seeing a little bit the same pattern as we saw yesterday, weather-wise. Just as the afternoon draws on, a little bit more wind, which is probably a good thing for the players, actually, because it's dropping the temperature slightly.
Yeah, it was really hot about 45 minutes to an hour ago. Really hot.
Yeah, and the temperature's coming down quite a lot at the moment, which is really good for the players. And again, with the conditions, they're not used to dealing with shadow and light on the court either. You know, there's lots of different variables when we take our sport outdoors. Another ingredient to the game that's going to make it really interesting strategically as we move forward.
Now we see with the China team, and I think you mentioned it yesterday, they've got quite a tall team, or at least one tall player at the back. Probably the tallest player we have this week in the men's.
Yeah, I was in the lift with him coming out of the hotel. He's a big lad.
So that'll be interesting to see now and through the evening and tomorrow how what kind of role he plays and how they work in with the strategy in the triples particularly.
Yeah, and it's a bit of a trend actually with Chinese men's doubles on the World Tour at the moment, that they're going for very, very tall players.
Yes.
And this is just another example, I think.
A bit of badminton royalty just coming in. Malaysian men's doubles coach Harry Ip. He's in the building to watch his daughter play. Very exciting.
Yeah, nice to see him here. Let's see what he makes of it. Might be good to get a chat with him later on. Might be able to get an interview with him.
Yes.
We'll see if we can grab him for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. Try and grab him on commentary.
Yeah. Old adversary of mine from my national coaching days.
Do you have playing days?
Not my playing days, no. When I was coaching England and GB, we had a lot of matches against Indonesia. We actually played them in the semi-final of the Sudirman Cup. and he was coaching the men's doubles at that time. One of the big wins we had was in the World Championships in Madrid when the English pair actually beat Kido Setiawan to go through to the semi-final.
Wow.
So I've sat in the chair opposite him quite a few times over the years, so we go back a long way.
Very good. So China with the win there in the first game. They're 1-0 up.
Yeah, another example. I know I said it a lot in the last match, but another example of a team that started a little bit sketchily yesterday, hadn't really got the tactics sorted out, and now they're really getting the system together. The rotation looks better. They look more comfortable on the court, and the movement's improved as well.
And they've just made a substitution already, China, to give everyone a go.
Yeah, and it's probably about just resting players in this heat for the semi-final of the team later on.
Yep.
Tactically also, it'll be interesting to see how they use the left-hander. You see he's immediately gone out onto the left-hand side of the court.
Yep.
So for the rotation, having a left-hander in the triples, if you get it right tactically, it's a big advantage.
We've seen two previous matches, though, where the left-hander's actually been playing on this right-hand side. I think Korea, Japan, and Australia also had their lefty on the right-hand side of the court. Now China's putting the lefty on the left-hand side.
Yep, yep. I mean, they'll work it out for themselves as they go, but just having that left hand for the variety in the doubles, where you've got a left and a right-hander, you can pick it up quite quickly, the pattern, so you can tactically play against it really easily. In the triples, it's an added dynamic because you can't always follow where the left-hander is, so it makes it can give you an advantage having that left hand.
But already he's now floated back onto this other side. Same.
Yep. Yep. So on service, he's on the right-hand side so far, and on return he's on the left-hand side on the service, and then for the return they're putting him over on the right-hand side. And you see there he was trying to rotate onto the left-hand side when he came back into court.
Yep.
Yeah, Brunei putting up a better fight in this second game.
Seems like they're adjusting better to the conditions down that far end.
Yeah, looks. Last night it was evident that this end was the easier end to play, but looking at the first two matches today, it looks as though that's reversed. As we see China hit long from this end. Looks as though this end's a little bit trickier with the wind.
Well, we did see yesterday that the wind did change when it got dark. When we'll call it a bit of a rainy wind came from the sea, and it sort of changed.
True. Probably a little bit to do with the tide as well.
Yeah, the tide's now out. You'll see from our drone footage that we're situated right on the beach here at Port Dickson, about 90 minutes from Kuala Lumpur, the capital of Malaysia, about 70 odd kilometers. And we're right on the beach. Just meters from the sea.
Yeah, I was getting a bit worried as it was coming in last night. It's a full moon, so the tide's a little bit higher.
Yes, yes. Well, the full moon is tonight, on the 9th. So we'll soon find out.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have no wet players. Second game to China.
But improved effort there from Brunei in that second game.
Yeah, much better. as I say, they've really enjoyed the experience.
What will the Brunei coach be saying to his boys right now?
I think he'll be talking a little bit about return of serve from this end, because it's a little bit quicker from this end. So he'll probably tell them to be a little bit safer, maybe use the middle of the court a little bit on return. I think that's what you see in the gestures there, that's what they're talking about, I think.
We'll have to get the coaches mic'd up one day.
That'd be a good idea, yeah.
Maybe even the players mic'd up.
Yeah. That's the beauty of this sport. It's all new territory for us. We can try lots of different things with it.
Oh, very good there from Brunei.
That's a really good shot. Followed the player who just hit. He, of course, can't take the next shuttle. See, he hits there, rotates off, he's rotating off, and he follows him.
Yeah.
That's really good tactics.
You would say that's sort of the plan A tactics that
If you've got the chance when a player hits, if you can take the shuttle early, you play back to him because he can't take the next shuttle.
Yeah, and that's one of the main rules of triples, correct? No one individual can hit the shuttle twice in a row.
Exactly, exactly. And that's where the rotation and the strategy comes in.
A great start here, 3-0 up for Brunei. Well done.
Good rally.
Commentator's curse. But good rally there.
Oh, good shot again, good control. Because there is a bit of wind up there. Nice control and good angle. And just out, you can see there, you see the linesman with the flag. Yep. That's another innovation with air badminton, just to make it more visible so people can see what's happening.
Oh, error there. So 5-2 here for Brunei.
It'd be nice to see them sneak a game.
Yep.
That's good. I think the very tall player, the very tall Chinese player, I think you don't want to be giving him mid-court high overhead. He looks very strong on attack.
Yeah.
You can see there that
the wind.
Yeah. So as soon as there's a little bit of wind, using the high serve is really quite effective because it drifts and it makes it harder to return, harder to time the shuttle, time your stroke. That's a good shot. Just managed to stay outside the dead zone. Of course, he can't step into the dead zone. So you could see that he was right up to the line and then rotated out off the court to make sure he didn't put a foot in the dead zone. Good rally again. Brunei playing well in this game.
I know we don't want to necessarily talk about rival sports, but I was watching a pickleball match with Andre Agassi.
No.
They called it dead zone, stepping into the kitchen. So I'm not sure if we can come up with a name for our dead zone, but
maybe shark-invested zone.
Yeah. we'll send that to the creative team to come up with a name.
Yeah, maybe I'm not the person for that one.
But yeah. But as you said, we're open to all kinds of suggestions. If you have any names out there that you think we could call our dead zone in air badminton, let us know in the comments. The game point here for China. They close it out with an error. That's, in fact, match point. 3-0 to China.
Yeah. that's the end of the road for the Brunei team, but I know they've really enjoyed the experience, and I think it's pretty sure they'll be back next time.
For sure, we'd love to have them back. And we'll be seeing the China boys in action about 90 minutes or an hour from now in the team relay semi-finals.
And the good news for the Brunei guys is when they go back, they're building an air badminton venue in Brunei, so they'll have good opportunities to train and there'll be more air badminton played. So again, we're seeing the sport grow really rapidly. Just another example.
The teams now, that's a nice moment, getting a photo for their memories.
Yeah, and again, badminton team from Brunei playing against China, that's not going to happen in traditional badminton, so it's a great experience for them.
Very good. Definitely looks hard work out there on the sand though.
Yeah. Yeah, it was interesting to see China use the rotation, using the 4 players, trying to save a little bit of energy for that team semi-final tonight.
So just confirmation of that result. Men's triples Group C, China 3, Brunei 0, 9-3, 9-5, 9-7. We'll be back in about 20 minutes for our final match of this afternoon, men's and women's triples. We have a women's triples between Hong Kong, China and Australia. Stay tuned for that. Be back shortly.
Lah ni, botol Hamzah buka ni kan, kita main ketat lagi kan. Pengasiran. Tahu dia biasa. Juga macam jatuh di depan. Ha? Jom, 20 minit. baju semua dah punya. Baju dia hebat. Kalau banyak pakai baju Melayu, tak apa. Tapi dua hitam dengan long tu baju kecil. Baju dah pergi. Mana Pak?
Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back after a short delay. The first matches proceeding quite quickly. Looks beautiful there on the coastline. Wonderful pictures. We're here at Port Dickson, Malaysia. We now have our final triples event of the session. Famous face that you could see there, Harry Epp, is in town to watch his daughter play in the finals later for Indonesia. But now we have Hong Kong, China versus Australia in the women's triples. And Ian, you're back alongside me. It's been a great afternoon of action so far.
Yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun, yeah. Good matches. And of course, everything building up to the two semi-finals later in the evening.
Can you believe it? We're almost halfway through the entire tournament.
I know, it's gone quick, hasn't it? Always a good sign.
And just a reminder, so we will complete this women's triples. And then at 6 p.m. local time, we will then have the semi-finals of the team relay. On court 1, we will have Indonesia, the top seeds, versus local hope Malaysia. So that'll be a fascinating encounter. And I'm sure a lot of people watching home will be tuning in.
The old rivalry.
Yes, the old rivalry.
Carried over into air badminton. Should be fun to watch.
And then on court 2, we have China, the second seeds, against Hong Kong, China, the third seeds.
Yeah, and
that'll be close, I reckon.
It'll be close, but Hong Kong, China got a very experienced team, and maybe that experience will just tell in that one. So probably that's my tip for the other semi-final. Malaysia, Indonesia, wow, that's going to be really interesting. Malaysia played so well last night to beat Japan, which I think was a big surprise.
Yep.
So who knows what's going to happen in that one.
And then so both those semi-finals are at 6 p.m. local time. Then we'll take another short break. Then we'll have the third versus fourth, or the bronze medal playoff at 7:30 p.m. local time. That's very important because the winner of that will still qualify for the World Cup in Sharjah, UAE.
Yeah, 3 teams qualify from this event for the finals. So there's no dead rubbers at that stage. So that will be probably the most stressful game of the day, that 3-4 playoff. Because talking to the players and the coaches, everybody's really motivated to get to Sharjah for the World Cup.
And as we mentioned in our coverage yesterday, this is the inaugural year of the World Cup. The World Cup will be played in December in Sharjah in UAE. There are 4 continental qualifiers, or 4 continental championships that act as the qualifiers for the World Cup. We've had 2 already in Pan Am and Africa. Brazil, Venezuela are the qualifiers from Pan Am, and Egypt and Nigeria are the qualifiers from Africa so far. We will have 3 qualifiers from Asia and then 1 qualifier from Oceania. We know who the qualifier from Oceania is. That's Australia. That's locked in. And you're going to see the women right now in the women's triples. And then we have 3 teams from Asia to qualify, which will be determined tonight. So very important that you tune in. And then in the first week of September, we have the Asian qualifying event from Azerbaijan. European, sorry. Got ahead of myself, yes. So the European qualifier from Azerbaijan.
Yep.
And that'll determine all the teams for the World Cup.
Yeah, and bring it on. I mean, I'm really looking forward to it. This event here is just whetting the appetite for getting all these different continents together to play. There'll be contrasting styles, contrasting preparation. I think it's going to be fascinating.
So, interesting scheduling here with the Hong Kong girls playing now and then backing up straight into the team relay.
Yeah, air badminton gives us the chance to give the players more experience, get them on court more often. The games are shorter than the traditional badminton. There's less impact with the sand. Okay, it's hard on the legs, but it's not the same shock that they're getting on solid surface indoors. And the players are loving it, getting more matches, playing in groups, getting a better experience.
How have you rated the Hong Kong-China women's triples so far this week?
Look, it's been really interesting watching them figure it out tactically. You've got three very, very experienced international badminton players playing in this team. They've all played at the highest level on the World Tour. And they're enjoying talking to them. They're enjoying the challenge of finding new strategies and how to figure out this air badminton triples event. They've been fun to watch.
And of course, I got an experienced coach, Hong Kong China as well.
Yes, another former player, I guess, very, very good men's singles player. Many top 10 wins, long career he had, good player. And in the boys, of course, actually still playing, we've got Vincent Winky Wong, another top 10 level player in his day in men's singles. So yeah, there's a lot of experience in this Hong Kong side. And as I said earlier on, I think for the semi-finals, China, very, very good young team, but I just wonder whether the experience of Hong Kong China might pull them through that one. It'll be fun to watch.
Yep. Okay, we're about to get underway here in the women's triples.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Australian Cheeks, and on my left, Hong Kong China women's triple. Hong Kong China women's triple to serve, love all, play.
So this is a Group B encounter in women's triples. Also in this group is Korea, and Korea defeated Australia early this morning. This is Hong Kong China's first match in the women's triples Group B.
Yep, do or die for the Australian girls. They need to win this to stay in the event. Immediately seeing more clears in this game because there is a bit of a breeze kicking up. So the flight of the shuttle is being affected, so you can, by putting it up in the air and controlling the length, you can cause a lot of confusion because it's very difficult to time. There we are, we're seeing high serve. Oh, good play.
Very good there,
play
yeah.
again. Using the rear court, opening the space in the front of the court. Classic, really. Now, you'll see this is actually a good view of it because there you see the Hong Kong girls rotating on and off, getting the hitter out of the court quickly, so and the other two players fill in the space, whereas the Australian girls just a little bit static, and that means there's space. Again, confusion there with the Australian girls. It's very difficult. What you really need, what you're looking for, is that all three players are moving.
At the same time.
Once one player stops, the others have to stop as well and think a little bit about the space. So you see quite static from the Australian pair, whereas as soon as the Hong Kong team, when they hit, they move, and then the other girls come on to fill that space. Tactically better.
On the board now, Australia, 1-5.
That's better.
Yes.
2-5.
I think the Australian team have been a little bit, talking to them, they've been a little bit surprised by the level. It's been a bit of a wake-up call, but I was talking to their coach before this match, and he was saying they know what they've got to do to go away and practice for Sharjah, and they fully expect to be coming with a stronger performance in Sharjah.
Yep.
But it's been a great experience for them. There'll be a lot of takeaways for them for the preparation. Again, it's just clever serving.
7-2. 8.2.
Very efficient. What we're seeing here is Hong Kong girls just not making any mistakes. There's no free points for the Australians, and that's putting them under pressure. They're having to force a little bit when they get opportunities.
And I guess that comes down to Hong Kong China's experience.
Yeah.
They've played this. They've been playing air badminton for 3+ years.
Yeah. Yeah.
They've had several tournaments under their belt as a unit, as a team. Whereas most of the other representation here this week, even though the teams have participated before, the players themselves are new.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of younger players this time actually, which is nice to see. And also, what's really nice to see is them sorting out strategically. You know, as they go, they're figuring it out and coming up with some tactical solutions.
And we're just seeing a substitution now for Hong Kong China. So again, a reminder, you can interchange. I think Australia's also making a change as well. So you're allowed to have a squad of 4 for triples, and then you can make a substitution tactically as you wish.
Yes, and I think it's really interesting here because Hong Kong, obviously, they'll be playing in quite quick succession, so they're rotating their team a little bit to save a bit of energy for that team semi-final. Nice to see the Australian girls getting together, having a chat, trying to sort it out for themselves.
Substitution, Hong Kong, China.
Just before we continue, the interesting thing for the team relay coming up soon is the toss.
Yes.
Because that determines the order.
Yeah.
And that's a very interesting strategic piece. So that the toss for those matches should be happening very shortly. And it could find that the Hong Kong China girls could open up. First up in the...
Could well, probably a good tactic from Hong Kong.
That could be an advantage. They're warmed up already. They've just come off the court.
Look, the Hong Kong China girls team is, as we said, is very, very experienced. Probably strategically could be a good tactic if they win the toss to start with this event. Try and create an early scoreboard pressure on China, who have got a younger team.
Okay, we're in the second game now. 1 apiece.
2-1.
See there, at one point the Hong Kong pair were actually the Hong Kong triples were actually a little bit out of position, but we see here clever shot into the mid-court there, just to recover, and the rotation, get back into their rotation formation.
So we're talking to David from Australia earlier and the importance of communication. But I guess like in all badminton and doubles, it's an awareness of where your partner is. But in triples, that will also come, that natural awareness of where each of the players need to be at any one time, and not always relying on a voice to tell where someone needs to be. It's just that trust, and that will only come with more and more experience and playing more and more competition.
Exactly, yeah. Good fighting from the Australian team. Oh, good effort. Starting to fill the spaces a little bit better tactically. They enjoyed that one.
They got the lead now. 4-3.
Fault, 2 consecutive shots.
She tried to get out of the way.
Yeah, she was trying to rotate out, but just got tempted, didn't she?
Yeah.
But a better game. And as we said in the last tie, it seems to be it's a little bit more forgiving playing from that end with the wind condition at the moment.
A few laughs and smiles there on the court.
5-4.
Always good to see. And in general, the players have really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed this event, particularly the ones playing at an international air badminton event for the first time. Again, clever shot. Playing back into the space where the player had just hit from.
Oh, it could have been going wide, that one. That was played by Hong Kong, China, and Australia with a point.
I was just about to say how safe the Hong Kong China pair were playing, triple were playing, and she makes a mistake. But in general, very, very solid, giving themselves good margins. They've got the lead. They're just putting the pressure back onto the Australian team. And they can't afford that. They can't afford the easy errors, and that's what we're seeing from Australia. Quite a few unforced errors. If they could cut those out, you know, it would make a big difference to this match. But
Yep.
too many errors early in the points at the moment.
Game there to Hong Kong, China, 9-5.
Won by
So they're
Hong
up.
Kong, China, 9-5.
2 games to nil. Port 2, Brunei that took a game off Japan.
Yeah, and that's really good to see. Brunei, another team, I mean, they came here with very little experience. Quite nervous yesterday, I thought, starting off. For Brunei playing against these big countries, it's an experience for them. But they've also improved as they've gone along, which is great.
They were seeing off to our right, the Malaysians and the Indonesians warming up.
Should be perfect conditions for the semi-finals. Temperatures drop.
Yes.
A little bit of cloud coverage come over.
Much cooler now.
Much cooler now, yeah. Getting closer to the lights going on as well. Another hour or so and we'll be playing under lights.
Australian 6 substitution, 1 substitution remaining. Hong Kong, China, substitution.
There's a maximum of 3 substitutions.
Yeah, that's right.
Third game, ball, play.
Good rally.
Oh,
But again, Hong Kong coming out on top. Well left there. Wasn't tempted to step into the dead zone, which would of course have been a fault. Oh, good from the Australian girls again.
Service over, 1 all.
let's see if they can make a few less unforced errors in this game to
Yeah,
finish it off. Oh, well done.
rally again, good rally. Better,
Service
much
over,
better,
2,
better movement.
1.
When we were devising the rules and the regulations for the triples, how long was that process of the testing and what kind of feedback? I know we gathered a group of players, I think. Was that testing in Spain, was it?
Yeah, down in Elche, which is near Alicante. As I said, was talking about yesterday, we worked in partnership with a university research team from Alicante University, who did all the statistical analysis, and we tried lots of different scoring systems, different court sizes, net height. We tried as many variables as we possibly could before we started to come up with a few answers. Then we ran a few test events, and actually quite a few of them in UAE, to further refine the rules and regulations and the guidelines for the technical officials, etc. But interestingly, the team we work with in Alicante had done exactly the same thing sort of 20 years previously with beach volleyball.
Yep.
So that was really useful for us, that they got that experience, and they were real contributors in that process.
Because the triples is quite unique, and it's I guess it's very interesting to see how this will develop over time.
Yeah, when we started off, we did try singles, but it was just too physical.
Yep.
Heart rates got very high very quickly. In sand, playing singles on sand was yeah.
Did you have a go?
Was tough. I did, yes, and couldn't walk for 2 days afterwards.
3, 6.
But yeah, we tried everything. We've tried the mix, we've tried the mixed triples as well. We've tried a lot of different things, and I'm not saying that we won't change anything. We may well change again. The relay system that we played 2 years ago in the Continental Championships was longer. It was to 100 points. We've shortened that down so that to give us scheduling with the schedule, to give us opportunities for more matches for the players.
Great rally here.
Really good defense. And again,
One of the longest rallies we've seen, or just long.
well played from the Australian
Well
girls.
done. Yes.
4, 6.
I think it's one of the longest rallies of the week.
It's tricky, the name they've chosen, because I really don't feel very comfortable calling them the Aussie Chicks, which is the name they've chosen for themselves. I have to say, that's not me. That's not me being sexist. That's the name they chose themselves. But it's yeah,
And the men's team have called themselves the Aussie Blokes.
the Aussie Bloke. I don't mind saying the Aussie Blokes, but I feel a little bit awkward saying the Aussie Chicks.
5.
We might need to speak to their team manager to come up with new names.
Yeah, I think they need a little bit more imagination for the finals.
So 6-5 to Hong Kong, China.
Play.
Close game. Can the Australians get on the board? Again, it's just that unforced error at the wrong time.
Service over. 7, 5.
I feel that was a big point for 6-all or 7-5, a big difference when you're playing to 9.
Flat serve there, a great return.
Yeah, dealt with it well.
Service over.
Certainly they've improved as the match has gone on.
Definitely, yes.
Yeah. As I say, they've got a lot of things to take away that they can improve on. There are a lot of things they can improve on quite quickly for the finals. I would expect them to be more competitive coming into Sharjah.
Just determining whose turn it is to serve.
Again, just
Pushing it.
yeah,
Service over.
yeah. Needed to play a little safer there. Needed to use the middle of the court just to put the pressure back onto the Hong Kong China team.
Game.
And that's it. Hong Kong, China wrap it up. 9-6 in that final game, and they win 3-0. The Hong Kong, China girls now quickly go away and prepare for the semi-final for the team relay. They've got about 15 minutes. And that brings to a close the Australian campaign.
Yep. Yeah, next up the semi-finals, and I guess you could call them two local derbies.
Yes.
China playing China, Hong Kong, and Malaysia playing their old rivals, Indonesia.
That's panned out well.
Should be fun.
Yes. So we will wrap things up now for the end of this session, the men's and women's triples afternoon session. It's a nice moment here with both teams posing for a photo. Just summarising the result just then. Women's triples Group B, Hong Kong, China 3, Australia 0, 9-2, 9-5, 9-6. And Hong Kong, China and Korea now equal points. Women's triples Group B. And they will face tomorrow to determine the top of that group. So we'll wrap things up now and we'll be back shortly in around 12 minutes for the semi-finals. See you shortly.
Yeah.